we have another banger. So it's just gonna be banger after banger in this main card. I think one of the best main cards of the year. We have Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Maddalena. Gilbert Burns, 22-6. He is 3-2 in his last five. He's coming off that decision loss to Bilal Muhammad. JDM, 16-2, 5-0 in his last five. He's coming off of that split decision win over Kevin Holland. Pretty close fight. JDM, minus 150 favorite. Opened up at a minus 105. So, he actually opened up as a slight underdog, very, very slight underdog. Now he's a favorite at minus 150. Yeah, Alex, man, I want to hear your thoughts actually. What do you think about this welterweight matchup between Burns and JDM here?
So I don't know, man. This one, I've been actually going back and forth here. I think mainly for me, I'm just worried about the takedowns because I remember uh Jack's fight against um Basil Hafez. I think he was a minus 600,
Yeah, he
and I
was.
loaded this guy. I loaded this guy up in my parlays, and dude, I was sweating like heavy, man. It was like Jack just kept on jumping guillotines and
Yeah.
um just like low IQ um mechanics, and I don't know, like Jack also gets hit a lot too. Like he was just trading with Basile, and then in the Kevin Holland fight, that was like another very close fight. I think both went to split decision.
Hmm.
And against a guy like Burns, who's uh, a veteran, who's fought uh, top of the top welterweights. I think it's a tough fight for me to call. I mean, to be honest, I'm going to side with Burns as the underdog here, just because I think he's going to show that veteran experience, and he's going to do something like he's gonna like strike and then push him against the cage and then shoot for like a takedown, and
Hmm.
get a takedown that way. I kind of see that happening. And obviously Gilbert Burns super dangerous on the ground. Um, but Jack showed that he can get up. But he was controlled, I think, for a decent amount of time against Basile. But Basile is like a huge guy. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Gilbert Burns here as the underdog pick. But I don't know if I have a not playing it right now. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think that this could be a pretty dangerous fight for JDM. Definitely. I mean, Burns is a one-time title contender. High level Brazilian Jiu Jitsu grappling skills, improved striking over the years. Good striking. I mean, he has good power and KO power as well. Good leg kicks. At times, he has proven to throw caution in the wind and just wind up in brawls, depending on his opponent, I guess. But I mean, he does get into a lot more brawls than I would like to see. His striking defense is a little bit suspect as well. I think this guy just has a style or like maybe some kind of movement about him where he just eats like jabs and straights for candy at times. Like this guy just like eats the jabs. You saw what Hamzat Chimaev did. I mean, I don't think Chimaev is even that great of a striker, and he was just popping that jab and straight at Gilbert Burns, and that's ultimately what got him the win in that case. Highly credentialed Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, dude. I mean, I think that if this fight ends up on the ground at all, might be a really bad time for Jack in this case. He also might be the best. Just maybe it has not much bearing on this fight, but he's one of the best defensive grapplers. I think Hamzat was actually just bewildered by Burns' ability to on bottom position, right? Because Hamzat had top position a lot, and I remember Hamzat saying that he Burns was doing something weird to his hands in those positions, and that's what made him kind of get off him. Because yeah, I think Burns was gonna probably snatch an armbar or something on Hamzat during that fight, and that's why he kind of went away from that and just made it a stand up kind of brawl. Um, JDM, smooth and dangerous MMA boxer. I mean, just proving his hands at the UFC level at least. Counters well, able to cut the cage off well. Movement's pretty clean. He does work the body, has some mean body hooks. He has the ability to switch stance as well. he does have a bit of a hole in the grappling. I mean, he defends them, you know, so 82% takedown defense. But once this guy's down, has a tendency to just get held down at times. Um, yeah, I think that for me though, I'm probably gonna lean with JDM at this moment. I think that this fight will play out similar to Burns' loss against Dan Hooker. You know, I think JDM's just gonna be the cleaner striker here. Will be able to launch punches from the head or the body. I think Burns' best chance is to grapple here, and I don't know, that fight against Bilal Muhammad was a kind of a red flag for me because I feel like his physicality has gone down as he exits his prime year. I mean, this guy is 37 years old. Um, I know he's a juice kind of user. 'Cause I don't know if you guys seen that video. There's like this video on Twitter or something. This guy was like, "Yeah, I've been implementing a lot of new steroids into my game." Like he actually said that. So like I'm pretty sure he slipped it in and he probably, you know, but yeah, you know, we saw what happened when that happens. If you know, if you use too much, like your body eventually starts to break down from that usage. Look at what happened to TJ Dillashaw, right? So like I don't know, man. I think I'm going with JDM here, via KO. Um, I wish it was a little bit better. I mean, minus 150 is getting a little further from what I would like. Like, I wish JDM was like a dog or like
Yeah,
close to pick 'em, you know? Like, I would probably
yeah.
take that instead. For now, 150 it's a little wide for me, so I'll probably pass. But we'll see. Maybe it swings the other way, and maybe I'll try to get better value in that sense.